Oh, hi guys. Episode 1 here. Let's get some gameplay going. So, here I am with Endless Legend Tempest, and it is time to start our thing. Let's do it. So, we're going to go ahead and we should have actually searched this first, and that's what we're going to do. Within 5 turns, search for a relic at the temple ruins illuminated by blah. We probably won't be able to do that. So, one of the first things I do with each gameplay is now with the it's the Echoes of Auriga, introduce some new items that really help early game. So, improve movement, which is going to give you one movement point, is really good to start with. So you're going to give it to your hero. Then we're going to come up here and we're going to edit our starting units here with that same thing. And that's going to give us all an extra movement point, which we don't have right now. I guess it doesn't immediately address itself. So that'll give us 4 movement points, and as opposed to 3. But we also have to retrofit, so that's part of the problem as well. So we'll go ahead and continue looking. As long as we stay within our borders here, we should be all right. And we'll get into the ocean real quick. I'm going to see what I can do to get through and explore some of these ruins and then get through this quest as we wait for our ability to retrofit that group there, that unit becomes available. Let's go ahead and start up our city development here. We're going to leave this guy at food so we can continue to build more people. And by that I mean grow more people, I guess. I don't know. The dust filter is really good because it's going to give us a quick boost to our dust production. Founders is also really good, but I think in this case I'm going to go with dust just to get more dust immediately, especially since we have all that water terrain. Because it gives you +3 dust on sea or lake during summer. And I've got 4 right there, so that would give us a great deal of dust just to start with. So we'll use that, and then we'll queue up the Founders Memorial. Here it is, the Coastal Battery. This is something that we can't build just yet, but another addition to this expansion pack is the Coastal Battery, which is going to allow us to actually shoot at various ships that come within our range. So as I see these new features, I'm going to talk about them. Alright, so I think we're actually going to be able to stop here. Oh yeah, we need to research something. How about that? I usually start with the cultivation because I like food and I like having more people, and the more people you have, the better your fidzy. And the better your fidzy output, the better everything. So I'm going to start with food, and then I'm going to come over here and queue up Mill Foundry because a good industry is the best industry. So once those get done, we'll see where we are, and we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and end turn. Alright, Morgawr awakens. Darkness moves heads, limbs, presses out, grabs, crushes, twists, breaks, weakened bars, shatters cracked glass. Morgawr moves. Freedom, after uncountable years, flees the structures, the caves, into the water, dark water. Too cold, too dark, hides too many enemies, too many memories. Freedom! Morgawr moves into the darkness, finds others, so few. Rises, seeks the light, seeks air, land, fire, the forge, walls, weapons. These are strange images. Memories? Morgawr remembers the time in prison, asleep but aware. The horror of immobility, impotence, imprisonment. Must breathe the air, use fire, build and conquer, spread across the world, never to be imprisoned again. Never to let a power survive that could imprison, never to be weaker. Morgawr grows. So, our job is to exploit at least one sea tile with one of our cities and research the Vor unit. So what we'll do is we'll take out cultivation, and then the Mill Foundry, and then we'll move into Vor and get this quest started. And you, sir, you're going to come up. So the thing about the Morgawr 2 is that while they have great... See, look at that. It actually makes more sense for the Morgawr to embark and get on a ship to get to that tile than it does for it to walk. So that says a lot about its mobility. It's very good at water mobility, not so good at the whole land mobility thing. So we'll search this, and we got break wall already. Great. Very good. We'll take this too. And I think that actually completed that quest. It did, so. Alright. We'll take this one, and then we'll come back down. I think that should give us enough to retrofit. Oh, we already have enough to retrofit, so. Let's get back and retrofit. That way we can gain that movement bonus, and we can really start to explore. Alright, so he's already gained level 2. The class benefit here is just basically support, but their faction benefits have a lot to do with, obviously, with the sea stuff. So plus 50 defense when embarked on hero, plus 100 health when embarked on hero as well. So that's something we're going to do right now, because it's a great skill, especially for our focus. So let's go ahead and retrofit. And there we go. So now we have 4 movement points, and we're going to be able to start exploring. I think that's going to be a great start to this whole thing. I love this aesthetic. It's very much like, I don't know, sea creature. I like it. So an important part about sea travel is that now we need to make sure we avoid the lightning, because the lightning will actually damage our ships, damage our units. So it's very important to sort of stay away from it as we see it. Found the Kazanji. Here's some sunken ruins. So the ruins are a little bit different when they're in the ocean. You actually have to go over them instead of beside them. You'll have to actually go onto this particular tile there, and then you'll dive to search the ruins. So let's go ahead and do that. Dive. Dive, dive, dive. Here we go. 30 dust. The great thing about exploring ruins on the ocean are that the rewards are actually usually better than they are on the land. But obviously, the risk is there. And there are a lot of things on the ocean that don't exist on land. I don't want to get too much into that, because there might be something that exists on the ocean that you've never seen before in an endless game. So I don't want to talk about it just yet. We'll find it eventually. Hint, spoiler hint. Alright, so here is the fortresses, like the sea fortresses. And the benefit of actually owning one of these is pretty great. As you can see, you gain an influence, a dust, and a vision benefit. You also get health regen and whatever is attached to these. So in this case, there's some glass steel, and then eventually something's going to open up here. Oh, it looks like there's actually glass steel, influence, and science that you gain from taking this. So we could attack this, but I'm probably going to lose right now. The masterminds aren't very good at fighting. My hero is pretty good at fighting, but generally the ships that are defending these are particularly strong, because they're actually some of the ships that you can now research from the Fomorians. So the Fomorian ships are the boarding vessel, which is very much like I mean, it's a melee ship. It gets in there, it fights, it boards, supposedly. It carries troops, as it says. It says this unit is designed to carry troops that attack enemy ships. So it's very melee oriented, very up close. The frigate here, the fire ship, it does that. It spreads fire among ships. It like sprays it pretty much. And then lastly, the new ship is the artillery ship, and this is a great ship. It's a really good one to have. The artillery hits hard, and it hits from long range. I think it's like 4 tiles out. Let's check it out. Yep, 4 tiles out. So it has a great range, and it hits hard. So those are the 3 ships that are now available to any faction. And they're not unique to the Morgawr. So the Morgawr's units, obviously, that are ship-oriented or or ocean oriented, I should say, are unique to the Morgawr, but all of these ships are available to every faction now. We're going to have the mill foundry done already, which is fantastic. Our science must be pretty good here. 13. It's not great, but it's better than I guess it could be. Let's go ahead and buy this out for 48 gold. And by gold, I mean dust. Oh, man. Huge faux pas. Let's take a look up here. Here we go. Mill foundry's done. We're going to go ahead and research the Vor. We can build a couple when we're done and add it to this fleet here. And we'll be able to attack that pretty early. It's really important for us to maintain control, to gain control, and then maintain control of the oceans. We'll come over here and explore what's going on over there. Let's see what we can do. Should be quite a bit of dust coming in now. It's not bad, actually. 19 per turn at this early stage is a pretty good deal. And as you can see, it's pretty obvious which hexes the rain and lightning are in, but if you don't quite know, you can always zoom out and you can see exactly which ones are on. So this one and this one, these two. So we're going to try to avoid all that lightning there. And then there's some over here as well. Yeah, our first goal definitely will be to gain control of this oceanic region here. The glass steel is a great place, or a great thing to start getting, and the other two benefits of influence and science. And they're both going to be good, so let's keep going for it. Alright. I do wish they're like, okay, we're at 5 already, which is... Okay, no, that's right. So 5, there are 4 on land and 5 on sea. And there's also a mobility skill for Iraku, the second. So one of his skills will add to our mobility on the ocean. And mobility is so important in this game. I know a lot of you guys who are very familiar with Endless Legend know just how important it is to be very mobile. Which is why the Alai are very good. Because they are extremely mobile. They're just sort of weak too, so it kind of balances out their mobility. The Morgawr have awakened and destroyed the places that held them prisoner. To continue their war for freedom, they need stronger cities and better armies. So, we've done what we needed to. We gained grass silk, which is plus 100% dust from trade routes, which doesn't really help me right now. Morgawr is not in chains, but is not free. Free means unchallenged. Free means unthreatened. Freedom costs, must grow, be stronger, be crueler. Freedom is having no equals, having no threats. The fortress is threatened. Built by the jailers, smelling of the jailers, run by the jailers' beasts. Fortresses must be taken, controlled, conquered, mastered. Fortresses can never be trusted. Start there. Make the fortresses grovel. Never trust the fortresses, the smell of the jailers. What other creations of the jailers might be lurking within them? Morgawr rises from the waters, spies the fortresses, opens the doors, climbs the walls. Silent, merciless, cold, relentless. See the terror in the eyes of the jailer's beast. Morgawr is content. So we have to create at least 2 Vors within our empire, and then we're going to gain the Maritime Academy here, which is going to give us some XP to naval units. And yeah, we're not going to be able to build it until we get some titanium. So we're going to have to do that. Alright, so now that we've got the Vor thing going, we could do Empire Mint and gain more dust, but I'm going to go ahead and do Public Library and get our research train going. Let's do Seed Storage and then Mill Foundry. And that way, once we get the Seed Storage done, we can move a guy off that and move him over to Industry. Alright. Let's keep moving over here. And what I think I might do is start heading back this way. And we will build a Vor sooner rather than later. Maybe we should do Mill Foundry first. That might work. And then build a Vor after that. So we really need to start getting some of this controlled ASAP. Very good, very good. Alright. Let's see how we're doing. Alright, so we're at 4 turns to the next person. We got 7 turns to the Mill Foundry. How long will it take if I do this? Yeah, I'm willing to lose a turn for that to gain 2 on the Mill Foundry. Let's do that. I think what I'll do is I'll take these guys and start exploring some of the ruins over on this continent there. Ooh, we've got gold. I didn't realize we had gold, so let's go ahead and do that. That'll gain, yeah, we've just gained 12 dust per turn. I'm going to hold off on grass silk because I don't have any trade routes just yet. Let's see how much gold I have. I only had 10 gold. So let's see if we can maybe, that's glass steel. That is spices. We got some titanium here too, so that's good. We'll definitely probably choose the resource exploitation for the next turn, the next research topic. Let's grade this. We got 30 dust. We should be able to start kind of buying out some of this stuff. Let's buy out seed storage. Let's do it. And then let's come down here with the Morgawrs. The Morgawrs. Alright, so we're at 1. Let's see if we can stay at 1. Yes, we can. Awesome. Mill Foundry will be done in 1 turn, and then we'll get Vors done very soon afterwards. We've got a sunken ruin there, which we can take. I think that'd be... Oh, of course I have to select them first. That would make sense. I do really like about... What I like about the Morgawr is their ability to embark and disembark with no penalty. Because basically they just move on and off the water as frequently and as much as they want to. So, 40 dust. Excellent. We'll inspect here. I think this is their... No, that's plus to morale. This is movement. Alright. We're going to gain movement and 20 defense and 20 initiative with this skill, which is a great skill. So, and now we're at 6 turns, or 6 movement points, which is great. The more movement points, the better. And the Vor, with all that stuff that we've done, is only going to take 4 turns. Now 3 turns, which is fantastic. Alright, so public library is ready to go. And we'll take the Alchemist Furnace here. Start getting some strategic resources. And then we might come back to the Empire Mint there. We might also look at doing the sewer system to gain that morale approval. Let's see what we're at with morale. Yeah, we might actually do that sooner than I thought we would. Morale is also really important in this game. As long as you can keep your morale up, you gain so much bonus to Fidzy that it's always almost always worth it. We've got Orange over here. I wonder who Orange is. Let's go meet him. Let's go say hello. Let's go say I'm going to murder all of your family, because that's what I do as a Morgawr. Disembark. And we'll search. Oh man, didn't find nothing. Alright, we'll come back over here and see if we can get to the bottom of who these guys are. Huh. Alright, so... Well... Wasn't expecting them, but it's all good. So that is... I believe that's the Broken Lords. Yes, okay. For some reason, I just wasn't expecting them. Build the public library in one of your cities and your scientific knowledge will grow. That's great, because I'm about to do that. And it gain... Oh, perfect. It gets me the advanced alloys. Do I have a turn limit for this one? I can't remember. I guess not. So that is really important to do then, because we gain a research topic for just building some for a public library, and it's even something we can do right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the 2 turns roll because I feel like it's not worth 178 dust to just reduce it by 1 turn. And then we'll do the husbandry center. Nope, you know what? We're gonna do a settler next. After that, let's take this region here, or we can go up here even. But it'd be good to expand. I like expanding pretty quickly with these guys. It's actually already turned 20, which is crazy. So maybe it wouldn't be that quickly. And let's do the 20 science on cities. I like being able to progress quickly. And all right. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. For a second I thought the Vor gained coastal bombardment and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And they didn't. That's why. All right. So what I'm going to do with these guys then is actually move them back up to the Vor. And we're going to go take this fortress up here. Y'all are going to hang out. You are going to hang out, not y'all. We'll play a couple more turns and then I'll break for episode 2. Get this public library, which is going to be great for us. Oh, look, the dredge attacked us. Alright, let's come back over here and beat them up then. Alright, it's actually a pretty good position. We'll let this guy here. They're all support, which is going to be to my disadvantage here. But we're going to try this. I think I like this, actually. I want him to attack this guy as well. We're going to focus our efforts on 1 dread at a time here. Let's hope that my range will help me out here. I think it might. Until he just messed it up by not hitting him for anything. Could have been a washout, but no. Alright, should be 1 more hit. There we go. Awesome. Alright. So we're going to get the Morgawr units back up there. Yeah, that looks like it could work out well. Alright, great. So we gained the advanced alloy. So that means we didn't have to research it, which is a really big boon for us. Very good stuff. It also means that since we have a little bit of glass steel, we could consider maybe upgrading our Vor here. Wow, okay, so these all got icons. They didn't used to have icons, just even last builds, but now they do. Improve vision and Fomorian Slayer. I'm going to go ahead and guess that's going to help me with slaying Fomorians, and it does. All right, so I'm going to add that. And I don't think, because I actually... Wait, hold on a second. I should have... Maybe I'll have to kick in 1 more turn. But I have advanced alloys now. So I should have been able to upgrade him with some advanced alloy stuff, but I guess not. I guess that's to wait 1 turn. But we're going to apply this because that's great. And we're about to go shoot. We're about to go slay some Fomorians. So it'd be good to have. We'll retrofit. And end turn. Let's see if that kicks it in so that I can actually upgrade to some of the titanium, or in this case, the glass steel. Huh. I know there's a glass steel weapon. I'm not sure why I don't see it. Let's make sure that it's showing up for anybody else. It is. Alright, maybe there wasn't a tier 1 glass steel for the Vor. There should be, but I don't. Maybe there's not. I'm not going to argue. What I am going to do is connect these two armies here. And then start the process of getting up to that fortress and taking it. Because it's super important, like I said, to have ocean control with this group. And we'll actually have to take this one as well. So that's going to be our next episode. We're going to combine these armies, head on up, and start getting stuff done. And definitely move this guy over here so that we don't waste any more time on the settler than we have to. Because food doesn't matter while you're building a settler. So we'll probably move that settler over this way, possibly over here, but maybe here to gain that glass deal. See if there's anything else up here. Maybe even here. That's a great spot. Yeah, that's a great spot right there. So we're gonna move our settler up there and really get this game started, because we'll be able to create these two vors right after we do this, or the second vor really after we do the settler, and then we can really get into their quest line and stuff like that. So stay tuned for episode 2 of the Endless Legend Tempest expansion pack. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.